Yes, that's a good angle actually, and I'll just tilt you a bit more this way so you can actually see what I'm working with. Oh, part 10. Here we go. I'm going to have the head torch on this time because I need to sort out some wiring. Yay! Some good water. Anyway, so I will also need pliers, another set of pliers, and there's my screwdriver. Alright, let's take a look at this cluster we're working with. So, yay me, g'day, welcome back to another live stream of rebuilding this thing. I know I said originally I wanted to have this done by Christmas. I don't think that's going to happen because I still can't get the engine to turn over, but I have recruited the help of some people at my workplace. They are going to have a look at it. I just need to get it somewhere because my car is also broken at this current point. So, but today, on today's episode of Rebuilding the XS250, we are up in the guts of whatever has happened here to this wiring. Have a look at that. It is a bird's nest in there. So I've got, first of all, we need to get in there and actually just sort it out, try and clean it up a little bit. Because we've got this cable here to run. That's for one of the switch blocks, and this one that I've rewired, that one's also for one of the switch blocks. When I say rewired, I just pulled out some plugs and put them in different spots. So for now, we've just got to be concerned about removing the old switch block wires, which, ever have a quick look here, that's a different one. I think that's for the brake line, that one. No, brake light. This one here, so that one's already been unplugged. That's the one we want to remove. And see, this is the thing. When I pull on that, a whole bunch of, that whole bird's nest of wires moves because they're all kind of stuck in together. I just got to make some space, that's it. If we can make some space, I can start sorting out what's what and start, actually making a headway with this stuff. But I'm pretty sure if I just, is that it? Is it free? Oh, ha, ha. There we go, old switch box off. Hey, don't start that. Dog's very excited about something, I'm not sure what, but we're excited about something. So we're looking for something that looks like that, and that's supposed to go into the headlight, but the headlight's not that. And this 6 wires plugs into that one there, I believe. Yep, because that controls all the lights and stuff at the back. But one of these is a relay that goes into here, so it's just a matter of sorting out what in here actually belongs where. So I believe that one there, that goes up there, that would be the backlight for that side. And I presume there would be one for this side as well. There's also a neutral indicator switch on that. Yep. And then there's a set of instruments for the headlamp. So really what we're going to be doing is, hey Sarah, how you going? I don't have anyone with me today, no. I really wish my brother was here to help me with this because he'd be a lot better at this. But this is fault finding. I can sort of fault find. I might not know necessarily what I'm fault finding for, but I can fault find. Yeah, we're just trying to clean up. I don't know if you can see that. I'll shine the light on it. It's a bird's nest. It's just a bird's nest of old wires. But I am going to get, I've got tape here somewhere and a Sharpie, and I've got rip off little bits of paper, so I can actually label what these things are. Take some of the guesswork out of doing this, once I know what things are for. But I'll do that side by side with my wiring diagram, so I can actually figure out what's what, and then just clean it up. Because as you can see, it's a mess. Whoever rewired this did. I mean, the bike worked, so they didn't do a horrible job, but you could label it in different colors. Yeah, I could do that, but I don't have enough different colors sitting around the shed, so I just want to double check because that one has 2 sets of wires that go into it. So one would be for the, we've got 4 wires there. I'm going to be for lights. Or maybe those 2. Let's have a look. So we got a front flashlight. No, we're not looking for them. Bella. Don't. Out of the shed. Gone. Instrument cluster. Handle switch. Flasher relay. Rectifier. Yeah, blah 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 blah. It's here somewhere. Main switch. High beam indicator. Meter light. Okay, so we have a plug. These 2 plugs we've got green, white, and black. That's green, white. Bet you there's not a green, white on that. Far out. Or maybe that's supposed to be green and yellow. No, it wouldn't have faded that much. That's green and white. Green and white. Where are we? As an indicator. Yellow. Yeah. So, it doesn't really say which one's the left side and which one's the right side on this, so I guess you just gotta figure it out, I suppose. So those are the 3 main ones. So there is a switch block those go into. Should have, that's not it. Far out, I don't even know where to start with this, eh? And I said, before I take it into work and let these other people look at it, left hand, no, I'm right-handed. Before I take it into work and let these other people look at it, I want to try and clean this up, but I have a feeling that I'm just simply not going to achieve that. But what would make my life way easier is if I could just take this one out, try and get this piece of plastic off, so I'm not trying to thread wires through and deal with crud all up on my face constantly. Just a constant influx of just crud. Yeah. Okay, that's still attached to something, that one. That's the right one I'm pulling? No, that's not. Different one. That's the one I want to pull. So that's for the... I do not envy anybody who does this as a trade, like auto electrician stuff. Don't envy them at all. I'm sure they get paid a fair amount, but is it worth it? Is it really worth it? See, because that's the thing, there's just, whoever's rewired this has literally just grabbed whatever spare piece of plastic that will accept wires to join wires together. Like that. That there, I don't know if you can see that in the camera. That's, you're supposed to plug something into that, but there's nothing to plug into it because all that's doing is rerouting a wire through 2 other blocks for no reason. Just join what's happening. Okay, basically, I'm trying to fix that. I don't know anything about wiring. I just know that, you can get zapped by wires, that's about it. But I'm trying to fix that because it's a bloody bird's nest at the moment. Okay, we can pull that one, sweet. One less to stuff around with. Alright, we are getting somewhere, slowly. I just have no idea what they've done here. Let's get this out of the road. Bella, you really got to stop it. So she's a bit like a cat. The shadows are getting casted off of my headlamp. She really wants to chase them for some reason. I don't know why. It's like a cat. Can I pull that? I don't think I can. Yes, I can. There we go. That one's pulled. Where'd that one even come from? That's what I want to know. See, there's just wires that just come in. That's the indicator. Yeah. So I don't need them at the moment. There's another one that can be pulled as well. What is that? So let's get rid of the one that's already been pulled. Yep. And get out of there. This gives me a chance to actually give these wires a wipe to and see if there's any issues, such as, what's the other indicator wire? Such as dealing with all this dust and see if there's any short circuits, and maybe that's the cause of some of the issues I've got. There's the other one. Pull that. You can come out. And we've got these ones. One of those is the horn, which for some reason is looped through there. I've got no idea why that is. Okay, there's no reason for that to be looped through there. I refuse to believe that this is the work of some dude in a factory in Japan that's done all this wiring, because it's too unruly and not neat. And I know Japanese people, they love being neat. Well, as a culture I should say, which is probably not fair to make that generalisation that all Japanese people are neat, but as a culture, they've got their shit together pretty well. Can we pull those plugs from back there? Doesn't look like it. And because they're just wired straight in, which I don't think is correct. Get you out of there. Get out, 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 get out. Alright, so it's literally just the horn wires. And they go into that big main bad boy there, which goes all the way to the back, which also is a bloody mess. But for the most part, we've got pretty much everything out. Yeah, I can't pull them at all, can I? Well, it feels like that's a switch lock. And we won't find out, really. It is a mess, hey, it is just dust. Yeah, it's an old bike. It just hasn't been used. Sarah's pretty much right on the money. I think you've watched every live stream so far. So this is part 10, believe it or not. I've got some heat shrink, so I can, once I get these, like, oh my goodness. Why? I think I actually need to engage someone who is an auto electrician to do this, to be honest, because that is a bird's nest. That is an absolute bird's nest. But I can at least begin to, excuse my language, unfuck it, to a certain extent. I can do that. See, because some of these literally just go through to go back out for whatever reason. Maybe weather protections for the circuits, I guess. But like that is awful. That is properly awful. Hey, stop it. Girls, hey. Yeah, it's a brown wire. There we go. That's one less, that's the other indicator wire. Okay, and that pink and that brown goes straight to the horns. Those are the horn wires. Oh, I can unplug them, I think. Let me just double check that. Although that's really not enough. That's a terrible angle to try and unplug something from. And it's properly horrible. Yeah, I can undo it, thank goodness. Gives me a chance to actually clean this up a little bit and get that big black thing out of the road. Alright. Okay. So you should be able to cooperate now and come through. Thank you. Thank you. So before, there we go. Look at that. It's got water and mud and shit in there at some point. It's sat there for many years until I came along and started cleaning it up. So that is the, that's not going to work, is it? Try this. Horn. Yeah, plenty of zip ties. That, ooh, I don't know what that was. Put a hole in that, stab that through there, and we have the horn now labelled. I just want to know why that's got old crusty bloody electrical tape on it. This is a good chance to check, make sure everything's hunky-dory. I know the horn works, so these wires shouldn't be too much of an issue. And there's more rubbish. But before we put that on, and this is going to be a thing that you'll see me do a lot, and I have done a lot for a very long time with this whole project, is I forgot to fill it up. Whoops a daisy. Okay, so what you're going to see here is me make my famous cleaning concoction. Has never steered me wrong. You're going to want a big bowl of chemicals. This is the thing. You're going to want it to be awfully careful when you're mixing these, because they're very dangerous. It's just methylated spirits. Get yourself a spray bottle, some metho. Undo the child lock, unless you're like me, struggle with it, because you're still somewhat a child. Then you mix it. I'm probably going to use the rest of this bottle. I need to get another bottle of metho. Beauty of metho is, or as I like to call it, Alice Springs Moonshine, is it's not going to be too bad for you unless you try and drink it unfiltered or filtered at all. Just don't drink it. You're not supposed to drink it. It's the whole idea of methylated spirits is that it's not alcohol. It's a cleaning product or a thinner. I actually don't know what most people use it for. I use it as a cleaning product because it's basically just straight methanol, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not a scientist, but you use your very precise proportions. I like to use what I call rest of the bottle. Chuck that over there for later recycling. That was a lot louder than it needed to be. Far out. So you got about that much metho, and then just so it's not so harsh on stuff like your throat, I'm kidding, don't drink it. I just want to make it very clear that that's a joke. Do not drink methylated spirits. It will make you very sick and possibly kill you. It literally has a big label inside that says poison. Just fill the rest of the way with water. That's just normal water. Don't worry about it. And then pop it back on, and this stuff, I swear works like magic when it comes to cleaning stuff. Methylated spirits will cut through most things. You can use ethanol as well. It's just ethanol's a tick more expensive, and methylated spirits you can buy pretty much anyway. And then you just run it along the wire. Give it a good rub, because you got to bear in mind it's like nearly 60 years worth of gunk on there. Give it a good rub, run it along the wire. Also gives you a chance to feel for anything, like that little bump there, which looks kind of sus. But the horn still works, so it's fine. I'm not going to stuff around with it too much. And look at that. Comes up almost, well, you can't really see from there, but from Brazil. Olá. That's about all I know how to say in Brazilian Portuguese. So I know você means you. I probably butchered the pronunciation, I apologise. But hello from Australia. How are things in Brazil? It'd be winter for you guys over there. It wouldn't be so bad. It's summer over here for us. So I'd imagine where I'm from, because I was from North Queensland, which was tropical, so I'd imagine the summers that I would have up there and the summers you'd have over there would be much the same. And so are the winters. So, no speak English. Oh, I'm sorry. Disculpe, no, I don't think that's it. It's one of them. Yeah, my apologies anyway. You can just chuck it in Google Translate or put on captions. I think captions work. I don't know why I'm still speaking in English to you, because you don't understand me, but that's okay. That's the beauty of the world, is there are so many different languages that people speak. It is nuts to me to think about sometimes. Where's that screwdriver? Oh, where did I put it? Far out. I need that. Anyway, the beauty of the methylated spirits and water trick is it dries real quick, so if you spray a little bit too much on there, you just literally wait a couple seconds and it dries. I did have a screwdriver sitting somewhere that I was using to pick things out with, but I don't know where I put the bastard. How have I misplaced that? It was literally right there. Oh, okay, well, I'm going to find that real quick. I know it's somewhere. Somewhere around here. I have an Eclipse mint while I'm at it too. Oh, yeah, there it is. It's under the wheel. Anyway, so, yeah, I'm just going to take it real easy with these, cleaning out these circuits and stuff. Like, there's a spider web in that one. And that is gross. Must be a tiny spider though if it's going to make a hole in a switch that big. Ridiculous. Let's clean them out a little bit. Just got to flick that crap out. Yeah, like I really wanted to get this finished before Christmas, but it's just not going to happen, unfortunately. Which is a bummer, but what do they say in BoJack Horseman? Life is but an endless series of disappointments, one after the other. I'm kidding. That's really depressing. Anyway, so pull that around here. Now, why? That's odd. It shouldn't be a brown lead. That's weird. Let's double check that, because for some reason that's got a junction coming off of it. I don't know why. The old. If anyone knows how to read them, please tell me. I'm interested in visiting your country, please. No, that's perfectly fine, mate. Yeah, come on down. Yeah, I don't really know how to say welcome, but yeah, there's it's a great country. Can't recommend it enough. So we've got pink, and then we've got brown. Use a rear stop switch. Hey! So the brown does have a junction coming off of it. Change the horn. So pink goes black into, so that is the box. That box on there, and that goes straight to the handle switch. That's not correct. That's a load of bull honky. That is a load of bull honky. What are you talking about? Talking about you bloody bull honky merchant. That isn't right. Anyway, if it was easy, we wouldn't learn anything from it, would we? Anyway, I could have sworn those were the horn switches. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am wrong. No, brown and pink go into the horn. I know that much because it's saying so right here, and these are the ones I unplugged. And it does say that there's a junction that comes off of that and goes to something else. Man, wiring indicators, I tells you. Okay, so we can sort of make sure that's completely untangled from everything else before I tape this. Otherwise, it's going to make my life very difficult. Okay, we'll zip tie those together. Oh, I can already see this is going to be a cluster when I put this back together, eh? What is it? Bienvenido. So I was going to say bienvenue, but I'm pretty sure that's French. Correct me if I'm wrong. Alright, there we go. Horn. That's the first one of many like cleaned up and labelled. I figure I'm just going to clean up and label what I can. And like clean everything while it's off in here and I can access it. So that way it's not something to worry about once I put it all back together and realise I didn't clean any of it. Get these out of the road before I clean them, and then we've got to remember to put them back where we found them, because that'll be a bit of a stuff up if I don't do that. Alright, so that's cleaned. This is the one I haven't cleaned yet. Another brown wire. At some point these will have to be replaced too, but far out. I mean, I've got to learn to solder, so there's only one way to do that, and that's to do it. I haven't looked up any videos of soldering, but I've seen my brother do it a couple times. Although He probably has infinitely more patience than I do when it comes to that stuff, but again, there's only one way to learn that patience, and that'd be the left-hand indicator. LH indicator, or as the Japanese like to call it, flashes, which I suppose makes sense. It does flash. It's just not what I'd call it, you know. I'd call it an indicator because it's indicating your path of travel, but yeah, regional differences, you know, which is fine. It's perfectly fine. Alright, wrap that around there. Get you over here, and then do that. Okay, now we can cut that off as well. Oh, I didn't need to grab the needle nose, but that's why I didn't want to grab them, because their cutting portion's terrible, which is funny because I've never really used the cutting portion on those ones, like the teeth, but this one gets used for everything. Like I abuse these pliers and they still work fine for some reason. Before I forget, let's give this thing a clean. See, watch how well this stuff works. Ready? You just absolutely soak it and you don't have to worry about the runoff. Look at that, it's kind of sparkly, the dust. That's weird. You don't have to worry about the runoff with this because it's not terrible for your skin unless you bathe in it. It's a Spanish word, but I'm thinking yeah, I've heard that about Spanish and Portuguese, and I think even Italian, is that they're all similar enough that you can kind of understand what people are saying, just through, I wouldn't say mutually intelligible. I've heard the same thing about most of the Scandinavian languages as well. That's some sort of bug remains. That's gross. I've heard about most of the Scandinavian languages too, is that they're fairly well mutually intelligible. Like someone from Sweden can kind of have a conversation with someone from Norway, and someone from Norway can kind of have a conversation with someone from Denmark, and then there's Dutch. There's Dutch, and no offense to Dutch people, but their language is it's not a nonsense language, but like it sounds like gibberish. But that's okay, because I tried learning Afrikaans once, and it was like there's a lot of because we have a pretty large South African population in Australia. Pretty large. I shouldn't say pretty large. We've got like a sizable, and a lot of the guys I went to school with were. Oh, is this aluminium? I thought this was plastic. Oh, I think this is aluminium. There's a nice big crack in it that I've just seen after I cleaned it. Is there anything on this bike that isn't cracked? Cool thing is though, it still says Japan on the inside. I know I can get replacement headlight units. I really don't want to after looking at that wiring. Yeah, we've got a large enough population of South African people here that I was like, when I was a kid, I was like, oh, I'm gonna look, because I've always been interested in languages. I'm just not very good at learning them. I was like, oh yeah, I'll learn some Afrikaans so I can surprise my friends at school, thinking like I could learn it in a couple of weeks. Very quickly gave up on that dream. And then as an adult, I learned Norwegian, or I shouldn't say learnt it, I'm still learning it. Probably still will be learning it till the day I die, but also learning Spanish now too. So Norwegian was a lot easier than Spanish. Can say that. Although, yeah, still terrible at it. Oh, that's missing like a whole ass part of it. That's heaps sick, aye. That's heaps sick. Ah. Oh well. Make do with what you got. I'll pop that over there. Those parts we shouldn't need. I'm just going to keep them as like spares, I guess. Alright. So we'll start with the easy stuff before we get into the complicated stuff, I suppose. So that way we get a nice little... I'm just thinking, if there's like whole blocks here where the wires aren't really doing anything, there's got to be a reason why they're going through those blocks. Because surely old mate that rewired this didn't just go, oh, I don't have any connectors, instead of going to Super Cheap, which was literally down the road from his house. I'm just going to just use some of these spare blocks that probably came from an old bike and are probably extremely rare and hard to come by. Surely that's not the case. I refuse to believe that's the case. Who knows? Batman mask. What? Batman mask? Where? I'm not wearing a Batman mask. This is a headlamp. Yeah, see? It makes my hair go all funny too. How far are you into learning Spanish? I don't know, I think my Duolingo score's 19 or something like that, which is like B2 level or something. No, not B2, B1 level. So it's very, very basic. Yeah, like I can ask someone how they are. I can ask for a glass of water. My partner's learning at the same time too. So the idea is that eventually we'll be able to, show off how cultured we are at parties by speaking various languages. But no, it's just, I think the first one, Norwegian, was because I wanted to learn another language and I wanted to be something I wanted to learn. The second one's because it's one of the big six, one of the most spoken languages, and like a lot of people, a lot of countries speak Spanish. So it'd be handy skill to have. What was I writing? Right indicator. RH Indic. This really would be so much easier with just like a series of colored tags, but I don't believe in spending money if I don't have to. Plus trying to buy a house, so got to save as much as I can, and haven't quite cracked $3,000 on this project yet, so we're gonna meet. Yeah, I think you might have already. She accidentally stumbled onto a live stream once upon a time. She's currently resting upstairs at the moment because she's a teacher and they've just finished their work year. So they had like a girls' miss or something today. It must be like a thing that women do, which is, yeah, it'd be cool to have a boys' miss, but we really ain't like that, which is unfortunate. But yeah, she's just resting up because she a little bit unwell. One of the kids at school gave her a sickness or something. That's normally the life of a teacher, I believe. Where are we? There it is. Oh. Anyway, so we're going to continue to clean this up. We are getting somewhere. It feels like we're actually making progress at the moment. It's until we start looking at that part there. That's when I'm going to feel like I'm not making progress at all. But this whatever, I don't think it's heat shrink. It's whatever this insulation is on these, see, that's the sheath. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Because I know you've got insulation on an individual wire, but is it insulation if it's not insulating a wire, but it's a bunch of wires put together? Is that a conduit, or is a conduit something hard? Because I was always under the belief that conduit's like somewhat flexible, but it's also rigid. And insulators goes around like the actual conducting part. Or maybe it's a sheath. I don't really know. It's super flexible, I know that much. Okay, give that a wipe. That'd be the tachometer, yes. That's a tack cable. Okay, so we've got 3 wires there that go in there. Let's figure out what these are, and then we can label them. Alright. So, instrument cluster, which there's not a whole lot of instruments on these, which I really love. Alright, we're at horn, that's headlight, tail stop light, license light, which I need to make sure that works actually. Whoops. How long? About 18 months now. Yeah, it'd be pretty much 18 months. So a while. She's moved in to Warwick with me, so pretty serious. We're looking at buying a house, so I'd say it's pretty serious. Girlfriend at the moment, but yeah, just for the moment. Meter light, I don't know what any of that means. So we've got a blue, a yellow, and a black. Which one's black? Just B. What's blue then? L. Why don't they go BL? They've used like uppercase, lowercase for some of them. Why don't they go BL for blue? Yeah, there's literally none of these. So we're looking for L, B, and Y. Yes. So from one of these, there is an L, a B, and a Y. And we've got an L. L to L, it goes to the main switch. That's L. That one doesn't actually say what that is. It's chocolate and dark green. No, that's not it. So it must be this one. You get L. That's B, yep. And one of these should be high. So we've got an L, a B. No, it doesn't really specify at all. Man, these are hard to use. I'm sure they'd be easy to use if I knew what I was doing. I didn't really say what the dotted lines mean. They gotta mean something, right? No. Anyway, so that's 3 wires. That one only has, no, that one's got 4 that come out of it. That go down into 2. I don't know how that works. That's a bit weird. That's a bit very weird. That's only got 3 wires, but then that condenses down into 2, and those 2 are black and blue, so we're looking for L and B. That's L, B. Yeah, so it's this one I'm dealing with. So that is high beam indicator. Yeah, that's the one. I don't know why I didn't just check that. Make it easier on myself. I better label this actually and put that as A. Yeah, A. Probably should have labeled it in pencil. Oh well. I need to learn to write smaller, I think. Okie doke, we're gonna use a lot, and I mean a lot of zip ties. We're going to go through an entire packet doing this, I reckon. So that's A there. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Stuff's getting labelled, making our life easier. And you watch, I'll go to turn this on and none of it will work and I'll be really sad. Oh, see you later, Sarah. You have a good morning, day. I'm not actually sure what time it is in Texas. I know what time it is in Texas, Queensland. I don't know what time it is in Texas, United States of America. But whatever time it is, have a good next couple of hours after this time. I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I'll just give that a bit more clean. Alright, you're out of the road. You're done. You're done. So now we got you, and you've got a random wire that has been a pain in the ass at the moment, to be honest. Ah! So you've got 2 connections that allow me to connect to you. Excellent. I'm thinking this over in my head and it's starting to make a bit more sense. Maybe, just maybe I'm actually gonna figure out what I'm doing eventually. And you know what? If I plug it all together and it actually works, it'll be crazy. 3:27 a.m. Why are you up so early? Go to bed. Jesus. That is an early time to be up in the morning. Mate, have a sleep, have a snooze. It's time for a snooze. Put that as B. This is B. I don't know why I'm putting a bracket on them. I can just label them with a letter. I think it's the bracket makes it more visible, probably, is what my brain is trying to tell me. So I can see that's not just a random mark on the page because I've got terrible messy handwriting. It just makes it a bit more immediately obvious what that actually means, I suppose. So you are B, I think. Before I do that up fully, I just want to double check that because we also have these. But that's the white and green that I don't know what that's for. Yeah, I still have no idea what that's for. So that's black and blue. And then we've got a random. So before we go any further, we'll actually figure out what this one's for. Get it clean first. Although that looks like newer heat shrink, that stuff. But there's nothing up there that could have been added like afterwards. So while all this is off, you know what I should do? Because this like part here is kind of sitting sort of weird. So I suppose I can give that a bit of a doozy uppy. And see, I want to put heat shrink on these just to make them a bit more neater as well, but I don't know how much kind of is anybody in the live stream right now? Does anyone have any experience with like auto electrical stuff? If you do, how much space, how much free play, like if I put heat shrink on this, is it okay to put it up to like there, and just as a rule of thumb you leave like 1 inch or something free, like that much, or do you leave 2 inches or 1.5 inches? Like yeah, that's the thing about these live streams, because I mostly have no clue what I'm doing. Please give me your best advice. Hey girls, oi! Bella, come here. You too, Mace. Hey, just doing the shepherd thing, being good guard dogs. Come here, come on. Thank you, that's enough. Ah, yeah, that's the other thing. Hannah got on, it was Macy's birthday a couple of days ago. She's 7 now. Hannah got her a squeaky ball. I wish she'd told me beforehand to get her a squeaky ball, because I would have advised her against it. Macy, like most dogs, is obsessed with anything squeaky, loves it. So what have we got here? We've got white and green, but white and green don't have a blade. Oh, it does, GY. Oh no, I didn't see that. Anyway, yeah, so this is the second one that comes out, and I still don't know what this is. No, that's green yellow. Doofus. Mace, come on. Thank you. What green? Macy, thank you. That'll do. I know you're very excited about the squeaky ball. So this comes out of here. Apparently the high beam indicator, but that's not, yeah, that's not that. How do you take those out anyway? Is it just, you unscrew them at the back? I think that's all it is, isn't it? That might be what the issue is. This has been, that's not sitting in there that well. Oh well. So it's literally just a light, but for some reason it's got, these would be lights, because you've got blue, yes, and black. But that's saying it turns into chocolate, so I still don't know what's actually going on there. Yeah, no, that's not it. It's definitely blue. Goes into there. Doesn't actually say what color that was supposed to be, but I presume it's black, because that seems to be the standard color wire that they use for Earth. It doesn't specify what this one's for. That's a funny one. That's a funny one, that's for sure. Anyway, yeah. So I've got no idea what that one's for, and I probably won't for a long time. That's, you know, the best way to find it out is to actually take it apart and just have a look on the inside. Mace, come on! Which is exactly what I'm going to do. I think it's an 8mm. Double check that. Sweet, it is 8mm. I don't think I have a socket that goes down that small. I do not. So I'm going to do it the old fashioned way. Lovely. I don't know if you can even see what I'm working on there. That one? Yeah, you can. Sweet. So, yeah, this is just what we're going to do. Is we're just going to, what am I going to do? Pull this apart and see what it's actually connected to. Ah. Don't want to lose them. So I presume that, why did that look like it was moving? That was weird. Oh, why are they bigger? What? They're different sizes. That doesn't make sense to me. And these poor bits of rubber look like they've seen better days too. Alright, there's 2. Now we're going to need a 10mm. I've got that floating around somewhere. It's not supposed to be, probably. There it is. Can't believe that. That's probably the first time in history someone's looked for their 10 mil and they've found it. Hey, I'm back. I just randomly stumbled across your stream. Lol, coincidence. Right. Trying to remember if I remember you. I think you've changed your name, haven't you? Maybe it's a coincidence. I don't know. Do you just happen to know a lot about motorbikes? Because if you do, that'd be greatly appreciated. Might come out. That won't come out yet. So that one's come off too. And those are spring washers that look like they've also seen better days. Like most bloody things on this bike. Just tired. Just a little bit tired, I think. Ooh, I don't think that's supposed to be that loose. Yeah, I'm 99% sure that's not supposed to be that loose. Anyway. I don't know what I can do about it. Oh, that one was a bit... For such a small nut, that one was on really tight. Oh yeah. Yeah. Come on. Using finger strength, not enough. But yeah. Oh, that's a shame. That's all right. Look, I go on with both my eyes open on this. Like, I know that I've had it before. I've been on this stream. There's like someone's popped up and they just, I don't know what they do in their life, but they know so much about motorbikes and like this. And I try this, and it worked. That doesn't happen all the time though. So I can. Okay. But now that those screws are undone, I should be able to remove that, right? Why is it not allowing me to remove it? I'm just going to have to undo the tacho. Not tacho, that's the speedometer. I know that because I had to disconnect it to take the front wheel off. And it's like an old, the speedo on these is actually really cool. You probably can't see that, but I don't know if you've ever used a Dremel kit. I wish someone that yeah, that would be good. I don't know if you've seen the, like on Dremel kits, how you can get the extension, the long bendy thing. It's like kind of like a threaded square rod, I guess. But it's not threaded, but it's like a, it's got like, I don't know the technical term. It's got ribs on it anyway, and basically it rubs against something, and that's how it reads speed and stuff. So I'll see if I can. This really doesn't want me to undo it. Something there that's not letting me do that. Oh, it gives me a chance to give it a good clean anyway. Ew. Yuck. What was that just dropped on my lap? Ugh. That was disgusting. It's disgusting. Ah. So that's probably a screw I need to undo. You know what I should do? Instead of like just guessing, I'll put that in my lap for now. And we're just going to jump to, where's our index? It's after this. Oakley dokley. So we're looking for instruments. No, that's not one dash. That's probably not it either because it's not a dashboard. Instruments. Ignition. I don't even know what these are called. What is that noise? There is a weird noise outside at the moment. And then I said hi and you started talking, talking about your cat. No, I was talking about my dog, yeah. Speedo. Yeah, this is a speedometer. Spark plugs, speedometer head and drive, 89 to 90. I don't think it's going to tell me how to take it apart somehow. Frame and forks, cleaning the machine, speedometer location examinations. Speedometer is driven by gear, blah, blah, blah. Tachometer is driven by gear, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't say how to take it apart. So it comes back to the old game of guessing and trying not to break it. I have a screw in there. That screw, more than likely. Yeah, so that's, man, these bugs are hanging around me now. Let's get Let's just see. Let's just see. There's only one way to find out. I still don't have the correct screwdrivers for this because apparently they're all they're called JIS screws. Still don't have the right ones. So if I give that a good yank, that's not going to move at all. I just want to find out what these bloody wires are for is all, man. I don't want to like pull the whole thing apart. I think I'm going to have to now because one of the screws has fallen in, which is really, really unfortunate. Alright, I'm going to go find my screwdriver. There it is. That has worked really well on this. Yeah. Oh, how long have we been streaming for? I said it'd be an hour. Oh, bloody hell, we're almost at an hour already. Okay. Oh yeah, that's in there tight. See, that's the thing. That I have a feeling that this should just, yeah, just pop out. But the rubber's just a bit old, so that's why it's not cooperating as much as it should. Urgh. Oh, far out. That rubber is, it's like melted. I don't even know how to describe that. It's not glued in. They're not supposed to be glued in. I know that much. I'm just got to try and preserve this rubber. Yeah, I think just because someone's, when they've rejigged this, done it back up, whatever, they've tightened it down too much because that one always sat kind of weird. And this is my chance to, I suppose, unstuff it. Make it new again. Make it better. Oh, don't rip the rubber, please. I need the rubber. Oh no, I ripped some of the rubber. That's alright. Okay, look at that. Look how rusted that is on the inside there. Because someone forgot that seals don't work all that great if you tighten them down too much. Because they get all crushed and they let crap in. There's like old spider carcasses and stuff in here. It's gross. Anyway. Yeah, it's like a whole spider nest. It's like full of cotton? I don't even know what that is. Ugh. I'm also not deathly afraid of spiders, but I really don't like them, so pulling apart spider nests, not a big fan of. Just in case I get like a nasty surprise. Yeah, so basically we're trying to find out what these other things are for. That would be for a globe, I'd say. Could probably pull on that and a light will come out, something. Yeah, that's a light bulb, so that one can go back in. So I know for a fact those are light bulbs. Yeah, so there's only 2 light bulbs, but there's just this random. Yeah, that won't go back in. Oh, far out. Oh no! I knew this was going to happen. Okay, I've got to be gentle because I don't want to break the rubber. I don't want to break the bulb. Ease that ribbon there a little bit. You know, hold it up to the camera so you can see what I'm doing. And just very, very, very gently pushing on that. And hopefully that'll just a little bit more, buddy. That's all I need for you to see. It just does not want to go back in now. Oh, that's right. It's Carols by Candlelight or some nonsense like that. I forgot what it was. Push that in. Maybe the rest of this will follow. I don't know. Oh, that feels pretty bad to me. Oh, there's a light bulb. Probably the original light bulb. Just got to take it away from the camera for a sec so I can sort it out a bit better. Okay, and get you sorted. And give you a wipe, because I was always told with old bulbs you got to be careful about putting like your oil from your skin on them, because it might stuff the bulb. I don't know how true that is, but a lot of people have told me that, so there's probably got to be some sort of truth to it. Come on. It just does not want to go back in now. I kind of regret pulling that, but at least now I know I can change the bulbs. Anyway, that'll do. It's in enough. Yeah, so That's definitely our light, so it's definitely B. But this thing, I have no idea what this thing is for, and that goes, because that's a light for there and a light for, how are there bugs on the inside of that, bruh? What? Yeah, look at that. There's a bloody bug on the inside. I don't even know how it got in there. That's just weird. Anyway, so we know that that's the light bulb. But this thing, I don't know what this thing is for. Maybe that's specifically for the kilometers? I don't really know. It's just this random second lot of wires that I'm sure once I plug everything back in, I'll figure out what it's for. But at this point, I actually don't know. Maybe it means meter light. Yeah, because we've got, it's our blue and our black, and they are spliced together, so that must be a junction, which is what these things come into. Because there's two that go in, there's 4 wires that go in, sorry, and then 2 wires come out, which is what that'd be. But there's no indication of what this spare one here is. I've got no idea what that is, and it's not labelled on here. That's just weird. And it's, yeah, green and white and a black line. Doesn't say what it's for at all. So I'm very confused. Anyway, we've got to put that back together before we make it worse. So, I mean, may as well clean the other one too, eh? That's the thing, oh, that's right, I can't dry it out with a blowtorch after I do this because I broke my blowtorch somehow. I went to use it the other day, and the bloody thing wouldn't even accept gas. It's rather frustrating, but do that. Give it a wipe. There's not much I can do about the rust. Maybe give it a spray on the inside with some quick gal, let it dry, then put it all back together. Shouldn't rust anymore when I do it. Actually, that's not a half bad idea. I'm going to do that. So let that dry. Let that dry fully. That's the beauty of the metho and water mix, is that'll dry in like 5-10 minutes. You can see in there it's still kind of wet at the moment. So I'm going to put that to the side. I'm going to let it dry, and then I'm going to spray quick gal in there because it is rusty and I don't want it to rust further. I just got to remember where I put my bloody quick gal now. That's not the right drawer. That's the motorbike drawer. That's not quick gal. Zinc spray. This stuff, not a sponsor. Because I used to weld a little bit, and I haven't touched a welder for like 3 months, 6 months nearly. For a while anyway. Which I am slightly ashamed about, but that's okay. Yeah. Anyway. So we've got the random wires that we don't know what they've got to do with at all. Yep, that one we're not worried about. That one's our throttle cable. So it really is just a matter of sorting out everything now. Wow, I stuffed up there, didn't I? Oh, okay, so what I've done, what I've been trying to avoid this entire time, is, that's a bird's nest, right? And the reason it's a bird's nest is because there's wires crossing and coming over each other and pulling in different directions. When I've rewired this, we'll put the different terminals in, I completely forgot to avoid doing that. So now I have to do that again, because this needs to get separated from this because they go into different areas. These two go to the same area, these two ones here. This one goes back, which I need to fix now. That's not ideal, but well, you got to learn somehow, eh? Do it one by one. It's pink wire. Make sure it's clear of all 4 of those. Get out of it. Ah, it's just pink wire. Surely not. Surely. Oh, it was 2. Yeah, that's all right. Sweet. Let's press that one back in. Yeah, until you hear it click. Nice, satisfying click. It's in. Yeah, sweet. So, I don't think that's actually long enough to get through there. Or maybe it is. And then one way to find out, and that is to get the one that that's the other one that we cut off, put it in roughly the same area. Yes, that's oh, it's about the same length, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Sweet. Okay. So it doesn't need to be separated a whole lot actually, which is ideal. That's good. I'll keep that for reference. Okay. Oh, it's nearly time to end the live stream, but we'll how did I get back to this stream? Wait, what's happening? I don't understand what's happening. You're gonna have to explain it, because I'm very confused. Okay, so that comes from the main, that's the ignition, sweet. That one's easy enough. Is that a clean? Because I'm, I wouldn't call myself a neat freak, but I fucking hate seeing mud and dirt. This is where it shouldn't be. Remember me again. Yes, I do remember you, but I'm trying to figure out what you mean about coming back to the stream. If you want to leave, you can leave. That's fine. The only reason you're coming back to it is probably because you've been sent something in your life is telling you you need to watch this stream. You need to buy a motorbike. You need to do up an old motorbike. Maybe that's what's happening. I don't know. I'm not some ethereal messenger. But maybe that's the message. Maybe the message is that you need to subscribe. Maybe the message is you need to leave a like. Maybe the message is you need to tell your friends so they can subscribe and leave a like. I don't know. You do what you want, but maybe this is what you're supposed to do. Okay, so that one's nice and clear. You plug into something, I just can't remember what it is. That's all out. It'll be that one there. That'll be the one. Sweet. That's pretty easy because they're both the same switch block. So I can't really stuff that up when it comes to reassembly. This one, I still don't know what the frig is going on here. That's just a completely unnecessary block there. But that's coming from main switch, which says, is that the right? No, yeah, main switch. So off 1 and 2. Yeah, there's only 2 positions. There's on and off. Maybe there's a lock as well, I don't know. I think it's just on and off. That's off. So, I don't know where it's talking about these 3 switches from, but we got red, black, brown, and brown and white, black and white. So we're looking for main switch, blue. You don't have a blue that goes into there. What are you talking about, brother? That ain't right at all. Red, brown, red and yellow. That's not it. And blue. That's definitely not it. Yeah, so that's been rewired. And they've completely stuffed the convention. Like, it's not hard to get this wiring diagram. It's freely available online. Well, that's made everything all the more difficult then, hasn't it? So that goes into... This one goes to the lights, I believe. Pretty sure that one goes to the lights. Because that's another unnecessary switch block again. Yep. Nothing plugs into that. Not a thing plugs into that. Oh my goodness. Eh. Okay. Well, we might just stick with cleaning for now. do a little bit of cleaning, and then come back, have another crack at it tomorrow. Probably won't stream it because a lot of this has just been stuffing around. The old adage of FAFO, won't really do the finding out part until we try to make it all work, and then it combusts and burns down. Well, at least then I won't have to try and do it up anymore, right? Although, yeah, obviously I don't want that to happen, because if that burns, that means my whole shed's going to burn. I really don't want that to happen. Are you dry yet? And that's why I love it. I'll just shine the torch in there so you can see it. You can't really, there you go. Yeah, it's all dry, which means, and remember kids, don't do this at home in an enclosed space. Unless you like, don't do spray painting all the time, then it's okay. See my favourite part about Quick Gal? Zinc's good for you, don't worry about it. My favourite part about Quick Gal is the quick part. It dries super quick. So if I leave that for 10 minutes, I'll be able to reassemble it. Yeah, this is the part I really wasn't looking forward to, is figuring out all this crap. I knew it was going to be a pain. I just didn't know how much of a pain it was going to be. So that's our main indicator lights. So, or maybe that's what it's talking about when it says main switch. So where are you? We got a green, a brown, a black and red, a blue, and a chocolate. Somewhere that 5 wires go into. Where you? Oil level indicator. That'd be the one there, wouldn't it? Neutral light. Yep, that's the one. SB. Sky blue. That's it. Sky blue and yeah, RB. What's RB? Red and black. Yes. I just want to confirm these things. Chocolate and DG, which is dark green. Yeah. And then there's a black, which would be the, all goes back to there, it goes back to there, it goes back to there. So that's, actually doesn't label it as black. I think I'm just guessing here that that's black. I'm guessing that if it's not labeled, it's generally black. Yeah, that looks like that's the one. So that goes into, that plugs into, which one did that plug into? This one here, which also has sky blue. Yeah, they are the road, and that is a whole thing of bloody mess, hey? It's ridiculous. Let's get that out of the road. Can I like just sort of bend them out of the road? Yeah, I can, sweet. So that plugs into there, which is also sky blue, pink, and black. I haven't seen that. Maybe that's supposed to be red and black. It's just a weird faded sort of colour. Yeah, so that matches up colours. Sweet. And that goes down into the main switchy part, main switcheroony part. That somehow ties into that switch there, down that end somewhere. Oh, okay, so from there we also have one that runs to the fuse box, and we also have one that runs to the front stop switch. Yep. We'll go, A is the left-hand indicator, and indicator. B is the right-hand indicator. C is, what are we going to call that? We'll put it as the oil neutral start indicator. That's C. Yep, sweet. Now we're getting somewhere. Sweet. Very good. that plugs into there. So there is a junction there. So there should be along here somewhere. This is actually really cool. This is like a bloody puzzle. I get it now. I get it now. It's a frustrating puzzle at times, but it can also be really fun. So there's supposed to be 2 from these separate instruments. So that's a bunch of plugs from that one. Oops, that's sort of come undone a little bit. Tighten that up a little. Plugs and plugs. No, that's indicators. Those are the ones that are also plugs. That should. Well, we got our little. Oh, where is it? There. It's supposed to plug into there somewhere. That plugs into the black, which doesn't really help at all. No, sorry, they both plug into a junction which plugs into that. So both of these, and you presume that it maintains some sort of coloring convention when it plugs into something. But see, that's the thing, I don't know the extent of the rewiring job that's been done on this. All I know is that it was terrible. Yeah, so it's, but see, that's new. That's a new one there. I can tell just by looking at these are new. And also green and white's not a wire that they used as a color on this. I just got to figure out what these ones are. So that'd be from main switch. Surely that means main switch. Only way to find out is to go back through and find the reference to main switch and match it up with a picture. But that only has 2 positions at ignition. Neutral switch isn't the one we're looking for. It's calling it main switch. Yeah, so that'll be ignition system. Ignition timing. Specifications no. Kickstart, that's not the one. Main switch. Oil pressure warning lamp 71. Because I know that's part of the 71 oil pressure warning lamp incorporated in the lubricant there. Blah, blah. The oil pressure switch is screwed into the crankcase. Comes almost no, that doesn't really help at all. Alright, what else we got there? Oil, red, brown. No, wait, sorry. Oh, have I stuffed up here, have I? No, that's right. But that's only saying that we got 4 plugs. No, that's the wrong one. Stooge. We got red, chocolate, black and white. Red, brown, black, white, blue. Yeah. I don't know. That one's going to be a bit of a mystery. Because I don't see any others. See, I don't get why these are here. It's got these random bloody cables that go off into all angles for no reason, and they have nothing to plug into. That doesn't plug into there, I know that much. It definitely doesn't plug into there. That one goes to there. So what do we label that as? C. That's a C. C! I'm just going to label that now so at least we know. We can come back to it later. I have a whole system going on here. Anyway, I think that might be time to take off. I've got to cook myself some dinner. It's 8 o'clock at night. I have a tendency to get a little bit carried away in the shed, I think. Whoops. Who doesn't? Who doesn't when you're doing something like this? It's kind of fun. Kind of fun. It's really fun. I love it. I love it. I'm learning stuff. And who doesn't love learning? If you're learning something you're interested in, you'll never be bored at whatever school or class or whatever you're doing. You'll never be bored if you enjoy it and you're interested in it genuinely. So, put that there. there. Remember to take it to recycling tomorrow. So the bin's full again. Oh, yes, I have 2 separate bins in my shed. I got one for recycling and one for regular rubbish. Just tired of throwing everything in the normal rubbish bin. It's just a waste. So still off gassing a little bit, but it's all dry in there. So it shouldn't be too much of a concern. We can now put all of this back together. And I feel like those are supposed to be glued in place or like welded down or something. This is going to be the hard part, is that when I go to put the screws on these, which actually stop them from doing that thing that they did before where they fell back out. I'm just going to do that while I'm doing this because I don't trust this seal anymore. I think this seal's stuffed. That's the thing, I don't have replacement seal, so I've kind of got to deal with it. And yeah, there's nothing else to it, I just got to deal with it. What I can do though, I do have in my possession somewhere, I'll go find it, be right back. I do have gasket sealant somewhere. Oh yeah, it's like a whole tube of it. Oh, I've probably left it somewhere where it's all gone hard in the tube. Silicone grease, not that. Instant gasket sealant. That's not it. I don't know where I put it. This is half the trouble of my stuff in the shed. I just tendency to put stuff somewhere and completely forget where I put it. And I'll find it after I've bought more of it. Hold on, maybe it's in the drawer. But I could have sworn I had more of that. I did have more of it. It's just sitting here somewhere. I can't really find it. It's sold up. Don't use that. It's got a bloody clutch handle. I've put it somewhere and forgotten where I put it. Like a silly bugger. Ah, no, I haven't. Here it is. Nearly. Also, best thing I ever did, have a packet of gloves in the shed. Best thing I ever did. Alright, what we're going to do is, before we put this back together, is I'm just going to run a bead of this gasket sealant crap around the bottom of this. And just hope it keeps some of that bloody weather out. Oh, that's right. Pull to use. Ooh, I think it might be blocked up a little bit. I don't want to put too much pressure on it because then it'll spurt out and go all over my favourite shirt. Oh, this shirt, by the way. If we just stand up, show you the made to reduce harm. Love this shirt. It's a good quality shirt. There's a guy that I went to school with and really good friends with. He also has his own YouTube channel. So, where have I put the other tool? Sorry, I'll continue that in a sec. I know I've got that'll do. That's thin enough to get in there, right? Yeah, it'll do. Just gotta poke a hole through it. Hopefully not ruin my screwdriver. Anyway, it's a guy I went to school with, and he's got a YouTube channel. And he, I don't really know how to describe his YouTube channel. It's basically, he talks to people and he's had his own experiences with psychedelics. I'm not saying go do drugs, and he's not saying that either, but his whole thing is educating people about that's still not coming out. The dangers, not the dangers, but also, not just the dangers, I should say, but also the benefits of things like psychedelic use in medical fields and stuff like that. Obviously, if you're not interested, you don't have to go check him out, but he's a really cool dude, and he's got his own merch. And I can proudly say, I was the first person to buy his merch. and it'll probably be a thing I do from now on in his live streams. Is I'll give his channel a shout out, because the stuff he's doing over there, like he's done interviews with people he live with, people who live with schizophrenia and stuff like that, and he's talked to some really cool people on that channel, and look at that, and he's does better interviews than 99% of news organisations, I'd say. So if you want to give his channel some love, I would certainly recommend going over to Trip Whip, just Trip Whip. And checking him out. If you see a photo of Bart Simpson or Marge Simpson, I can't actually remember which Simpson it is, that's the correct one. Really cool dude. And I've known him since I was but a wee child, and he's grown way taller than me. I used to be taller than him. He's got a really deep voice now too, but he's also got a really cool mission that he's doing, and that is to see the use of alternative medicines and therapies, especially in like treatment of mental health and conditions like post-traumatic stress disorder. And there's already been, I'm pretty sure Australia is actually a world leader in that. There's already some research being done on the use of psychedelics in treating those sorts of injuries. I think what he's trying to achieve is really, really cool. So go give his channel some love. So I should have thought about this. I should have done the old bloody instant gasket paste after I did all this threading through of nonsense. Okay, so we want those ones to line up with. No, don't steal my bloody zip tie. I need that label. Give that back. Can't take that. Can't have it. Yeah, get in my ear, bloody bugs. Alright. I just need to make sure I get this the right way around. Don't want to be that guy. Ugh. Nearly got it. Okay, nearly got it. There we go. And now comes the sort of tricky part of making everybody friends again. You just got to push past and get that whole seal underneath, inside the metal, thanks. Not outside, inside. Inside. Well, why are you being so difficult right now? Why are you the way you are? Ugh. And that really doesn't want to cooperate, does it? Oh, now I've got bloody. That's why I'm wearing a glove. Ugh. Yeah. Troubles. Bloody troubles. Trouble on my left, trouble on my right. Right. I've been facing trouble almost. Oh man, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Cooperate. Oh no. It's just not wanting to cooperate. Oh, there's probably a tool for this. Yeah, me. I'm the tool. Come on, Harry, this is why you go to the gym, so you can press things like this in. Okay, I think we're gonna need a little help. Oh, speaking of needing a little help, you know what's a great song? A Life Less Ordinary by Motion City Soundtrack. I love that song. That used to be like my, damn, this is quarrelsome, but I'm going to get through it song. I highly recommend everybody listens to that song at least once in their life. Actually, if you got any music recommendations like that, like what's your music, what's your sound that gets you up and going? Because I mean, I have no musical talent whatsoever. I can sort of play the guitar a little bit, and definitely can't sing. I do try though. But if you had one song that you need motivation to get through something tough or trying that's coming up, what's your one song? That's what I want to know. I should actually start asking more questions like that during these streams instead of just talking endlessly about nonsense. But yeah. What's your one song then? Tell us what your one song is. You better not be one of them bloody underage bloody Australians flaunting the bloody YouTube bloody things, bloody saying like, oh yeah, I'm 18. This stream's not for children. I swear sometimes, and that's the worst thing in the world apparently, depending on who you ask. Is that in yet? Far out. That is the last time I take one of these apart. My goodness. Actually, it's probably a lot easier with probably a lot easier with new seals and not seals that are all fogged out and nearly 60 years old. 40, 50 years old. I think it's a 46-year-old bloke. Face down. Oh yeah, I know that one. That is a good song. Actually, that sort of music, you might know the band. I went to a festival in Brisbane recently. The only music festival I'll ever go to in my life. Good things. And this year, they had a lot of really good bands, but one of the ones I was most excited to see, aside from Weezer, I'm a huge Weezer nerd. It was fun. It was great. I highly recommend if you ever find yourself in Melbourne, Sydney, or Brisbane in time for good things, which normally happens around December, you need to get yourself to one because they're just awesome shows, awesome concerts. Girls, stop your rot. Anyway, the one of the bands I was really excited to see, and like my mate that came with me was really excited to see, and my partner was really excited to see was far out. We've got any dogs barking, and I'm trying to focus on this and trying to have a conversation at the same time. Mason, Bella, stop, please. Anyway, All Time Low was there. So I'm sure you know All Time Low. Bird's Nest is going terribly. But yeah, I'm sure you know All Time Low. Most people do. Even if they don't know the name of the band, they know their music. They were there and it was good fun. I gotta use that to pin that in place. Use my long ass thumb. Oh, this was a bad idea, eh? Oh, it shouldn't be this hard to put a nut back on. Oh, there we go. Okay, now you can't go nowhere. Haha. Oh, can't believe that actually worked. But yeah, All Time Low was there, and Newfound Glory was as well, but we didn't quite catch them because we didn't get there in time. And there was supposed to be All American Rejects as well, but they weren't there. And instead, and this isn't terrible, and let me explain why. Because instead of All American Rejects, we got Pacific Avenue, and not a whole lot of people know who they are. I know some of their music, I don't know all their music, but they were absolutely ridiculously good live. I like them in like the studio, but live they're amazing. Yeah, like I've never seen. I know all the kids these days like to use the word aura. I've never seen someone with as much aura, like bass player wise, as the bass player for Pacific Avenue. That guy was just crazy good. And if like I got to a stage on this channel where I could actually do interviews with people, I would like to interview someone like, not Pacific Avenue, Stand Atlantic, my bad. I always get those two confused because they're both oceans. Both got oceans in their name. But yeah, a lot of Aussie bands, and I love Australian music. I'm an Australian, obviously, but so I'm a little bit biased, but I love the music that comes out of that country, and bands like Stand Atlantic, like that is my kind of sound, like that punky hard rock sort of sound. I love it. It's just good, and it's good to see so many young people actually going and like rocking out to these bands. I suppose I'm not old. I'm still sort of young. I'm like going to be 30 next year, but yeah, just seeing that, you know, people from the newer generation, I should say, is probably a better way to say it, still enjoying this kind of music and like turning out in massive numbers to see these kinds of bands play. It's just great. And seeing a lot of old bands like Weezer, and I'm a huge Weezer nerd, and Goldfinger was there, which was really cool. Tool was also there. I didn't stick around for Tool because I was tired. Actually, everyone that came in, our group was pretty tight by the time Tool came on, so we sort of took off early. But yeah, it was good. It was good to see. It's good to see so many people rocking up to listen to these old bands and stuff. Not old bands, but they've been around for a while. I know that much. No. I know a couple of people have also rocked up. I'm just about to end the stream though, so sorry if you came to see me do some funky work. What we have done this stream is we have taken off the plastic aluminium. I still can't tell if it's plastic or aluminium. I'm pretty sure it's aluminium. Doesn't feel like aluminium though. Taking that off so we can start having a look at fixing this wiring, and so far so good. We have like not a whole lot's gone bad, but I wasn't here for a bit. No, you're right. That's all good. But yeah, so far so good. It's not too broken, so I think there's still every chance that I might actually be able to do this without having to get outside help. Once I've done this though, I am going to try just one more time to get this motorbike done by myself before I recruit some people that I know that have offered to give me a hand to get it started. I'm going to see if I can do it myself. If not, it's okay, because plenty of people have offered to give us a hand. So that'll do. I'll connect this, connect the speedo back up again. That is a long ass thread. Oh, there we go. And that'll do for the stream. So, thank you for popping by. Hopefully you've garnished some sort of entertainment from this stream. When do you think you'll finish this? Yeah, okay. So this whole project was supposed to be done by Christmas, and I always kept saying I'm going to finish it by Christmas. It's obviously Christmas in like 11 days, which isn't far away. It's not going to happen. The plan was to get it. It didn't have to be roadworthy. It just had to be running before Christmas. But frankly, that's just not going to be possible. So yeah, unfortunately. I did put in a fair bit of effort to it though, and there's a lot of parts on it that I've refurbished that needed a lot of work. So to get it this far and this close to running before Christmas, I'm pretty happy with that. Not ideal. It's not what I originally wanted to do, but I'm quite happy with how far I've come. So if you look at the very first episode, that first episode was long after I started this thing. So yeah, I mean, if you want to pop by and sub to the channel so you get a notification every time I do a stream or whatnot, feel free to. If not, if you just want to pop in and see me stuff around on a motorbike, that's cool as well. But there eventually will be, the long-term plan is I'll eventually actually be riding this and streaming while I'm riding it around Warwick, which isn't a very big town, so you'll probably see the same trees and streets all the time, but it's better than nothing. I can't wait till this thing's on the road and running and I can actually get my license, my open license. I got my learners, I just need to go for my open license, but I haven't been able to ride a bloody motorbike because it's still in the shed, still pulled apart. Anyway, I'll see you all around. Yeah, have a good night. Thanks for popping by. Ooh, it's dark.